Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. We are from Group C to want to present our Project 1. Title of the project is Online Spending Styles Before and During Movement Control Orders (MCO) among UPSI students. Okay, for the population and sample, this sample is 60 out of 190 students which are from Science Mathematics with Education and Science Mathematics course of UPSI. There are three objectives in this project, which is one, to identify the frequency of UPSI students with expenses in online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia in a month. Second, to make a comparison on a spending between male and female students using online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia. And third, want to compare a spending of UPSI student in online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia before and during movement control orders (MCO). Instrument of this project is questionnaire which is using Google Forms that are distributed through WhatsApp and Telegram application. Okay, for the finding and analysis, I will pass to my friend to share about it more details.
Okay, for the first objective is to identify the frequency of UPSI students we spend in online shopping in Ringgit in a month. Questions. The following table represents the frequency of the expense in online shopping in 1 month among UPSI students. Okay, we have asked 60 UPSI students to rate the frequency of the expense in online shopping in 1 month on a 4-point Likert scale. 1 is seldom, jarang-jarang, 2 sometimes, kadang-kadang, 3 frequent, kerap, 4 often, sangat kerap. So at the 0.05 level of significance, is the evidence that the median rating is less than 2. This is the data we get from the Google form. So table 1 rate a frequency of the expense in online shopping in 1 month among UPSI students. We using a manual solution and the SPSS solution. Step 1 is state the hypothesis. For H0, median is more than or equal to. For hypothesis alternative, median is less than 2. This is the median that we claim median is less than 2. So test 2 is test statistic. From the Google form, we get a 1 that student choose 1 is 12, 2 is 32, and 3 is 14, 4 is 2. So that from the data we get, we have to sign the data Likert scale is positive or 0 or negative. So based on the table, S is equal to a negative sign to 12, and N is a total positive sign and negative sign is 28. So we put the value of X and N into the formula. So we get Z is negative 0.567. From standard normal table, Z 0.05, negative 1.645. Then step 4 decision, since Z tag is negative 0.567 for inner rejection regions, therefore fail to reject null hypothesis. Step 5 is conclusions. We fail to reject null hypothesis. So there is no enough evidence that the median rating the frequency of the expense in online shopping in 1 month among UPSI students is less than 2. Second, we are using SPSS solution. Different manual solution and SPSS solution is step 2, test statistic. So statistic, we using SPSS to get the data. So this is table 2 is frequency sign positive and sign negative and 0. Based on the table, sign positive is equal 16 and sign negative 12 and 0 is 32. Add is a negative sign. Okay, we get 12 and equal to total sign positive and sign negative equal to 28. So this is the test statistic we get from the SPSS Z. Okay, from this table. Okay, table 1.3 test statistic by SPSS show that Z is equal negative 0.567.
Okay, for the next objective, which is to make a comparison on the expenses between male and female students using online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia by Man Whitney U test. So basically, this table, as we can see, represent the expenses in online shopping among UPSI student. So we want to determine, is there a difference on the expenses between male and female student in online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia? Okay, so this table is about expenses in online shopping among UPSI student. Okay, so For the manual solution, step 1, we have to state the hypothesis, which is null hypothesis is expenses in online shopping among male of UPSI student and female of UPSI student are identical. And for the alternative hypothesis is expenses in online shopping among male of UPSI student is shifted to the left or to the right of expenses in online shopping among female of UPSI student. So step 2, test statistic based on the table that I show later, which is N1 refer to the sample size for the male student, 24, and N2 is sample size for female student, which is 36. For the sum of rank, W1 refer to sum of rank for male student, which is 715. And W2 refer to sum of rank for female student, which is 1115. So the formula that used in the test statistic for the manual calculation is as shown below. Okay, this is the table for the test statistic. Uh, because we want to determine rank sum between male and female student. Okay. Okay. For the next calculation, we calculate the U1 and U2. We substitute the value in the formula, and as we can see, the U2 got the smallest value, which is 415. Next, we calculate mu U, and we got 432. Next, for the variance U, we got 4,392. We square root and we get the standard deviation, which is 66.272. And we substitute all the value we calculate in the equation of Z, and we got the Z value is negative 0.257. For the step 3, critical value from the standard normal table, we get Z 0.025 equal to negative 1.950. So we can decide that since Z is negative 0.567 is greater than Z 0.025 equal to negative 1.950, it is fails to reject null hypothesis. So we can conclude that there are no difference expenses in online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia between male and female of UPSI student. For the SPSS solution, step 1 hypothesis is same like previous manual calculation that shown previously. So the step 2 test statistic, we use SPSS to determine the sum of rank and the Z value. As we can see, table 5 is about mean rank and sum of rank based on gender by SPSS. Sum of rank, the table uh, for the male student, 715. For the female student, 1,115, which is same like manual calculation that we calculate before. For the mean rank, also 29.79, and for the female it is 30.797. Okay, for the table 6 is about test statistic by SPSS. As we can see, Z value we can see here is negative 0.267.
Okay, for the last objective is to compare a spending of UPSI student in online shopping in RM before and during MCO using Wilcoxon sign rank test. For manual solution, we calculate for the difference, ranks, and finally we get a T positive and T negative. Okay, for the step 1 hypothesis, H null is identical distribution. Spending online shopping before MCO to spending during MCO. Okay, hypothesis alternative, spending before MCO is shift to the left or to the right of spending during MCO. Okay, for alpha is 0.05 and is 47. 13 data eliminated because different equal to 0. Okay, step 2, test statistic. We use T positive because T minimum 119. Okay, and then we substitute the value to the equation z and got negative 4.6845. For the critical value is positive negative 1.96, and step 4 is the decision. Reject hash null since z is 3.8634 is greater than, which is not into the range of negative 1.96 to 1.96. And step 5, conclusion, there is not enough evidence to say that spending online shopping before MCO and spending online shopping during MCO are identical distribute at alpha 0.05. For the SPSS solution, step 1 hypothesis, same with previous manual solution. For the rank, SPSS, sum of the rank is same with manual solution, which is negative rank. Sum of negative rank is 1009 and positive rank is 119. Okay, next. Step 2, test statistic. From SPSS, Z negative 4.755.
Okay, for the conclusion, by using manual and SPSS solution for sign test, we can conclude that there is no enough evidence that the median rating, the frequency of the expenses in online shopping in a month among UBSI students is less than 2. And then, for men with NIU test, by using manual and SPSS solution, we can conclude that there are no difference on spending online shopping in Ringgit Malaysia between male and female UBSI students. For Rickardson Siren test, by using manual and SPSS solution, we can conclude that there is not enough evidence to say that spending online shopping before MCO in Ringgit Malaysia and spending online shopping during MCO in Ringgit Malaysia are identically distributed at alpha 0.05. From the questionnaire that distributed, 37.3% of UPSI students prefer to online shopping because of the lower price, and 100% choose Shopee as a platform shopping online rather than Lazada, Zalora, Shein, and others.